Hey guys, today Zelda the Breath of the Wild is released to the world, and I made a Vambrace for it. Pretty much my entire life I've been a huge Zelda fan, so when this new game was starting to come out, I really want to do something to commemorate it, aside from just buying it and buying a new system. I mean, it does come out on the Wii U and the Nintendo Switch, but I'm probably going to get the Nintendo Switch. I'm a big Nintendo fan, and I love Zelda, so I want to get it in the best possible way ever. So I wanted to commemorate my own way. How do I commemorate that on this channel of costumes and props? Well, I choose something to make, and I really wanted to make the new Vambrace. Now, Links had a bracer for the last couple Zeldas, and I think it was high time to try and do a new one. The new one on Breath of the Wild looks really cool, and definitely leather. And I've been learning so much at my job about leather and creating things and patterning that I really wanted to jump in and try and make it, and so I did. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't do a lot of video tutorial for this, but I did take enough pictures to go through a rundown to show you, and I've also included in the description a download for the PDF that I created for this, so you can do it in your own way. So let's talk about that and go from here. So after I drew out all the pattern that I wanted to do on Illustrator, came up with the plan to do it this way so that I could laser cut each of these symbols. Made it a lot easier to do, so I laser cut each piece out and decided to go from that point. Here I also laser cut just a template into the Vegetan I'm using, so it gives me something to line up with. It made the job a lot easier to know how it went in there. Here I applied the two-part contact cement, one on each side. I used the inside of the foam just to make sure I had a guide and didn't spill out. Then I applied it on there, and then I soaked the whole thing in water. I did everything first on there just to make it easier to bend and shape after. And then I started shaping it. I did use a heat gun to get it roughly into shape, and then I bent it. You can see that I didn't quite get all my pieces perfectly on there, but that's okay. You won't really see that. It was more of a guide. It's not going to be perfect on there. But getting the shape was probably the hardest part of the whole thing. Then I applied contact cement again on the leather that I was using and all over the foam and everything, and then slowly but surely pushed the leather in to stretch it around each of the shapes that I had created. This form of wrapping can make a really cool effect. Here it is all trimmed out. Then I had my coworker Tanya work there sew the binding on. It was a machine that I'd never quite used before. It took a little bit more finesse. And then she also helped sew on the buckles. So there we go. I also wrapped it around and glued it shut as opposed to that. These buckles I got were brass buckles, pretty cool looking, so I thought they would work. Then here it is, all done, ready for painting. You can see the stitch marks there, but after I painted, barely show up. And then there's the buckles. In hindsight, I probably would have done the buckles just a little bit different, but I still think they look pretty cool. And here's the finished product, just about done. Fits on the arm quite nice. The details pop quite beautifully. There we go. Now the finished product is pretty amazing. I'm so excited to show it to you, and here it is. I'll do some really cool close-ups here in just a second, but I wanted you to see this. Take a look. The airbrushing I did on it made a huge difference. I'm so excited about it. The before and after I'm going to throw right here is mind-blowing. But when you put it all together and you get the sword and you do the whole Link thing, it's awesome. I'm really pleased with how it came out. And when you look at all the skills that I took with it, it's great. So again, thank you so much to my friend and coworker Tanya for helping me do the stitching on it, because it was a pretty decent big to-do machine, as well as just learning everything about this. Doing the airbrushing myself, learning it all is just pretty phenomenal. Hope you guys enjoyed the close-ups. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you guys have any comments or questions, please just ask me down in the comments below. I hope you enjoy the game if you're big Zelda fans yourselves. So good luck playing it. Guys, thank you so much for liking. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't yet, be sure to click that at the end. But as always, thanks for watching.